Hello guys, it's me Robyn and welcome back to Cats Out the Bag, where I'm going to be basically helping you level up your life. Well, I'm doing the same thing, to be honest, and yeah, we're going to be helping each other find the best version of ourselves. And yeah, I mean, it's just basically a place to feel good about yourself, and honestly, I'm kind of loving filming this at the moment. I recently got back into it, hadn't filmed episodes for a while, as you'll know if you followed my podcast before. I don't know if you guys are new, if you've come from my YouTube channel, and if you didn't know, yes, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Robyn Emily, and I post fashion content. Basically, if you like any of the clothes I'm wearing during these videos, head over to my channel to find out where they're from and everything. But yeah, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking all about confidence. So the last couple of episodes I filmed were all about motivation. I filmed 3 episodes on motivation. I was going to split it into 2, but I ended up splitting into 3 because I prefer the shorter videos, and I don't know if you guys do as well, but I find that's what does better on my other YouTube channel, and as I'm doing this mainly as YouTube and less as a podcast, that's what I found works for me. So today I'm going to be talking about how to become more confident in yourself, basically. I'm going to be talking in 8 different ways on how to become the best, most powerful version of yourself. And I'll do like self-esteem videos, like loads and loads of just like fun videos to make you feel better about yourself kind of thing. So should we get into today's episode? This is obviously the 4th episode, and well, yeah, the 4th episode, but this is the 5th week of me being back into it, because the first week I just obviously posted the little trailer. But yeah, so what is confidence? Got to start somewhere, haven't we? Also, if you keep seeing me glance over to the side, that's because that's where my notes are, so I don't like miss anything out. But yeah, so confidence is described as an individual's trust in themselves and their ability to succeed. Let's break that down. So confident people tend to create their own happiness, and they're proud of their accomplishments because they know that they've worked hard. They tend to thrive with other people and love to share their success and all of that, which is amazing. It's always great to be confident. Tend to speak and not doubt themselves while they're talking, and if they're unsure on something, they're not afraid to ask for help, and they love to learn from other people. So that's basically a confident person. They understand that taking on too many tasks can be stressful and know how to say no, basically, because they're so confident in themselves. They don't mind saying no. Like in a workplace, for example, if you're being loaded with too much stuff, they know when to say that's enough. Take time to listen to others, give some chances to learn some new things. Such an important skill, not only in life, but also obviously in your careers. And I will probably talk a bit more about confidence because there's a lot of things I have to say about it. This is obviously just one episode about it, but let's talk a bit about what can cause a lack of confidence, so then we can talk about how to become more confident, and then I will obviously talk about building self-confidence in a separate video, just because I have so much to say about it, and as I said, I like to keep these videos below around like half an hour, so yeah. So obviously loads and loads of different things can contribute to a person's lack of confidence, like family life, like people they look up to. If the person they look up to isn't very confident, like a bit shy, then generally it's quite hard not to be that way. And like friends, like childhood, any life experiences that they've had can contribute to someone's confidence, and genetics can obviously affect them as well. Like if your parents are just really shy people and they've brought you up like that, you know, it's quite unlikely that you're going to be that confident, but that's obviously something you can build. So it's actually scientifically proven. Oh, scientifically, that's the word. In the last episode, if you guys watched, I was really struggling to find the word scientifically. I was saying like scientologically and weird stuff like that. Honestly, sometimes brain just doesn't work. But anyway, low levels of serotonin can cause feelings of low confidence. So obviously there's other ways that you can I'm going to be talking through other ways that you can build your confidence, but your temperament, everything to do with you affects your levels of confidence. Cautious people tend to be more unsure of themselves and unsure on the decisions they make. They have less confidence in the decisions they make and rely on other people to decide if that's the right decision for them. lack of confidence can also obviously be caused by like bullying and previous trauma and stuff like that. I know this episode seems to be a really like upsetting one at the moment. Obviously things lighten up as they go along, but it's got to be spoken about, hasn't it? Cat's out the bag. By the way, if you're wondering about the title of this episode, the name of this podcast, Cat's Out the Bag, basically I named it that because it's like cat's out the bag, the secret's out. Like, no need to hide or no need to worry, like I'm here to tell you all the truth and everything like that. That's basically the name of the podcast. But yeah, it tends to be that confident people are just happier in life and more successful with work. So let's find out some ways on how to boost your confidence, because honestly, it's really important. I also will have a few videos coming up of like confidence in jobs and how to like apply for jobs and things like that, just like general life skills that are just going to be really cool. I've just realised I'm sitting so far away from the microphone, but I feel like you can still kind of hear me. Like obviously the audio is a bit better me up close. Those of you listening, you probably would prefer this kind of audio. It sounds a bit ASMR-y though. I kind of prefer to like just chill. But yeah, so 8 tips to becoming the most confident version of yourself. Be proud of the small things. I've spoken about this before with motivation. Honestly, believe in your goals. Just on your journey to achieve it. Oh my god, I can't speak today. Brilliant day to film a podcast, Robyn. On your journey to achieving greater confidence, you're going to come across some obstacles and hopefully achieve them, and therefore you have completed that little goal. Be proud of yourself. Write down these goals in your notes page on your phone, whatever, just track your progress. I've spoken about tracking progress in the motivation one episode, and just how important it is to track your progress and just track your ups and downs, because then you can realise how far you've come, and celebrating every single victory no matter how small they are. And I did speak about this a bit in the motivation, but just once you celebrate that goal, every accomplishment will build your confidence a little bit more, because you just feel a bit of self-reward every time you realise you've done something that you maybe didn't think you were going to do. And second one, so that's the first point obviously. Second is do not judge other people. Oh my goodness. So obviously some people are going to be higher on their journey than you, some people are going to be lower than you. Once you've completed your goal, turn around, help the next person in line. It's just so important. Do not judge other people. Some people, yeah, they might be better at you in some things and worse than you at some things. Don't judge them for the things they're worse at, because they will have other things that they're better than you at and that you're lacking. So just, maybe don't do that. And it will probably make you more confident in yourself, because they, like, if you're, rather than judging them, if you encourage them, then they might help you with something and therefore make you more confident in that like aspect of life. So if you just think about the fact that they might actually be lacking some confidence in that area, and then you're like judging them, that's going to throw their confidence right down. You wouldn't want people doing that to you. So that's just so important. And definitely definitely no judging people. Guys, obviously some of these points are going to be very straightforward, but it's just, I feel like they need to get out there. The third one is learning to say no, because as I said earlier, confident people know when to say no, because if they've got too much workload, they know to say no. Personally, I've struggled with this bit because, like, with YouTube, obviously you get brands reaching out to you for collabs and things. Sometimes they're brands that don't align with your audience. For example, I've got like messages from like brands like Love Honey, if you know the brand, that doesn't really align with my audience. My audience is completely fashion based. Like, that is just what I do on YouTube, obviously, completely fashion based. So something like that, I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's not, again, what I want to be involved with. No hate to the brand or anything. Obviously, you do you, boo. But I obviously had to say no. Like, sorry, you don't align with my audience. That does take a bit of confidence. And right at the start, I did struggle with that a bit, because I was actually thinking like, whoa, brand deals, that's so exciting. Like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. You need to learn to say no. So then obviously my audience wouldn't then trust me if I'm promoting a product that isn't good. So that's obviously really, really important. And you don't have to feel guilty for saying that you can't make a plan or you can't take on a bit of work. They will understand. Rather than saying, like, this shows confidence, just saying, oh, I'm sorry, like, I don't really want to do that, or, oh, I can't do that, I've got too much workload on. Saying stuff like that rather than, oh, I'll get back to you on that, or I'll think about it. It's just a phrase that isn't going to make you seem confident in yourself, and then you're going to be like constantly worrying like, oh my god, I haven't said no to them yet, like all of that. So it's just stressful. Just be straightforward. Straightforward. Fourth one is speaking up. If you learn to speak up and let your opinions known, people are going to respect you so much more. If you feel like someone's walking all over you, tell them. And then they will probably end up respecting you even more, to be honest, and they'll stop doing it because they might not even realise they're doing it. And if you have something valuable to share with people, whether it's in the workplace or at uni or at home, share it. And then do it with confidence, and then people will just respect you so much more. And just try not to be afraid of being wrong. As soon as you're like saying, oh, I don't know if I'm correct, but blah blah blah, you don't sound confident, do you? So if you are wrong, who cares? Like, just take it as an opportunity to learn from other people. The other day I was talking about, like, I can't remember what I was even talking about, like carbs and protein and diet and stuff, and I said something a little bit incorrect, asked for a bit of advice, and then when you're talking to the next person about it, you know more about it, you know, so it's just easier to talk about. So yeah, being confident in your opinions, but also not being afraid to be wrong. It's a great way to get some feedback and therefore like improve yourself. So yeah, honestly, this episode's, see, it's not as sad as you thought it might be from the start. Like, obviously it seemed like a bit of a depressing episode, I promise you. They're not all going to be like, some of them, to be fair, I mean, depending on some topics you guys will suggest, I don't know, maybe a bit more like of a like darker topic, but obviously at the moment pretty light-hearted. So the fifth one is taking time to listen to other people, because as I said in previous points that I've said, this will give you a chance to learn new things from other people and learn from those who have experienced more from you, like for example going to the gym. Recently actually I was using a machine and someone came over to me and said, look, if you use it like this it will enhance your muscles more, it will train this muscle more accurately. So I thought, oh, okay. So he didn't come over and say, you're doing this wrong, let me show you. He came over and said, look, you're doing this right, but if you do it this way, then it will enhance you even more and you'll feel it, you'll feel the burn more, you know? So by listening to that, then I'm more confident in the gym because I know that I'm doing something correctly. And it's just so nice that people do that. So by actively listening and paying attention to these other people, you're learning more, you're going to be more proactive and basically just grow because you're learning more about everything, which is so important. Now, number 6, I know am I rushing through these? I don't know. I feel like I don't have too much to explain about them because I feel like they're pretty straightforward. But number 6 is believing in your cause. So basically, confident people tend to stick to their beliefs and opinions, and of course that's fine. Like, even if they feel a bit unsure, they stick to what they believe. And if you're confident and optimistic in your cause or what you're thinking about or whatever, others are likely to listen and follow because you're so confident in what you're talking about. So if you feel like change is needed in your workplace or something, if you speak on behalf of them with confidence and like you believe in it, then people are more likely to listen to your ideas and what you have to say and basically pay more attention to it and actually maybe make a difference. Because if you're in a workplace and you think, I don't know, I can't even think of an example because I've not really been in like a proper workplace, but say people aren't really, I don't know, like people don't feel like they're getting paid enough or something, maybe it's a minimum wage job, and you speak on behalf to all of them and talk to your manager about it, like, hi, I'm aware that you're paying us this amount and we're doing this work for this many hours, and I just feel like, you know, in other places, in other pubs nearby, they're being paid double this, like, is this something that could be considered? The amount of respect that they will then have for you for actually talking up about something. I'm not saying go ask your bosses for more money, maybe don't listen to me on that one, but I feel like people just believe in you so much more. And then the seventh is accept that it's actually okay to be wrong. Not everyone's always going to be right, and I did struggle with this a lot, I'm not going to lie, because I love to be right and I don't love when I'm wrong about things, but obviously people aren't, you know, confident people aren't afraid to be wrong. Instead, they view being wrong as an opportunity to learn from their mistakes. If your teacher asks you in a lesson, like, hey, what's 10 times 10? And you say, like, 20 because you didn't hear the question correctly, or you're just incorrect. Just an example. Then you learn from your mistakes. I always find that, honestly, when I do something incorrectly, I learn so much better than if I just did it correctly in the first place. So, yeah, when you're wrong and a mistake's been made, just accept that you've made that mistake. Yeah, I'm accountable for that. I made that mistake, and this is how I can improve. And accept that everyone, even the most confident people, can be incorrect, obviously, at times. Like, confidence doesn't mean you're always right, you know? So, it's just, yeah. Obviously, these are ways to like appear more confident to other people, you know? I will talk about other things as well, and maybe like how to overcome fear of failure and things like that. Obviously, this is just leveling yourself up kind of podcast. There's going to be so many things that I can talk to you about. Honestly, there's going to be so much I could say. It's like so much. So yeah, the eighth and final the eighth and final way to make yourself come across more confident is to get exercise. So exercise is obviously a great way to boost your confidence. Like, I find I go 6 days a week, I feel confident throughout that time, and regardless of your fitness levels and health, like, it's just great to go exercise. The benefits you have from exercise are crazy, and like on your confidence, and like as soon as you come out of the gym, you should feel so much better about yourself. And that's not just coming from me, like, this is scientifically proven, obviously. I'm not just throwing out facts, but as you build your strength and achieve your fitness goals, you're going to feel so much more confident in yourself and just feel so much better about yourself. So definitely keep goals, and like, if you set yourself goals for yourself and keep track of all your progress, you're going to feel so confident when you look back to like your first photo that you took before you started exercising or something. You're just going to feel so good about yourself. So yeah, that is the end of this episode, actually, guys. So, the end of basically how to become more confident this episode. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Obviously, there's so many more things that I can talk about with confidence and with many other things. So, if you've enjoyed it, do let me know. And if this is a topic you want me to talk more on, then let me know. Obviously, just trial and error at the moment until people give me ideas of things they want to see. So yeah, that is the end of today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Subscribe, please, because we're trying to hit 100 subscribers. Leave a like and comment below some ideas of videos that you have for me and you'd like to see. And if you are listening, then please do make sure to give a 5-star rating and a follow. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening or watching. Don't know what you guys prefer. I personally prefer to watch podcasts, but depends on what you guys prefer. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week.